Yo, you ready?
Yes.
Oh! All right, here we are. Jon Peckman Podcast. Connecticut Valley School of Music and Dance, beautiful downtown Portland, Connecticut. Come over the bridge, start looking left after you go through one set of lights. We are here today with a comrade, a drummer, right? Yeah. Steve Peck. Steve Peck is here. Great drummer.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man. Steve Peck. Got your own
We got
thing?
the Peck thing going on.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's all right. Yeah. Whatever it takes.
Volpeck.
Wolfpack, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Maybe someday. I don't know.
Yeah.
You never know. Keep climbing.
Yes.
Tell us about yourself, Steve Peck. You're playing drums. What are you doing these days?
Playing some drums, not too much, but
just enough.
I got my day job too. I gotta do that too. I'm landscaper.
Landscaper. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Landscaping.
Yep. So everything's good.
Cool.
I'm a happy guy.
Yeah. That's
Try
good.
to be.
Yeah. They say that happiness is important.
It is.
That's what they say.
They.
Yep.
Thems.
Yeah.
But
who you playing with lately? What are you doing?
I just did a double drum gig.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
It was sloppy and fun at the same time, but it was
cool.
We had some good times.
With who?
Chris Vitarello on.
I don't know him.
He's a great guitar player.
Oh, yeah?
Mike Law on bass.
Yeah, sure.
And
Yeah.
Nick Longo on drums.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
So,
Nick. Yeah,
so
Nick's awesome.
we had fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
And
The little blues scenario.
a little bluesy thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I haven't seen Nick in forever. Wonder if I get him up here.
Sure, you
know?
could. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I haven't seen. I don't know. I know Mike. I don't know the other guy. So.
Yeah, you probably should see him sometime.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah. That's cool. Where'd you guys play at?
Woodbury Brewing Company in Woodbury, Connecticut.
They allowed two drummers in there?
It's a big stage. Actually.
Hey, that's cool.
They got a big sound system, and it's about 3 miles from my house, so that's the bonus there.
Even better.
Yeah. So
cool.
yeah.
Take us back to the beginning of your drumming
Oh my God.
odyssey, I guess, right?
Yeah. Didn't really start with a drum set until I was like 13. So, freshman in high school. My parents finally decided they got tired of me ripping the couch arm rests.
Yep.
And
the
the drumsticks, and so they bought me a drum set, which was a beautiful kit. It was like a tangerine orange sparkle round badge Gretsch kit.
Oh, nice.
Which I had. It was a great drum kit at the time.
Yeah,
I had
you
no
didn't
idea what
realize.
it was, but it was a great drum kit. Sold it later on by mistake, but
Yeah, right.
So-
I'll do.
yeah. 13 years old. And
Wow. I used to have, my parents gave me, this is literally true. Well, they didn't give me, but they allowed me. They just surrendered a couch. Like I had a special couch. They were like,
all the
kill
different
it.
sounds.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah. They had, they were just like,
There
hit
was-
this couch.
There's a bass drum in there.
Yep.
There's a snare drum.
Yep. And I got hi-hats one year for Christmas. Only hi-hats. I don't know why they didn't know what
That's
they were
a
doing.
strange present.
And I had hi-hats and a couch. That was it. that was my rig. It was cool. I worked out a lot of things on that couch.
Who made the couch?
Oh, man. It was a round badge, J.C. Penney. Yeah, but it was cool. It had it was like a sectional. It was you could make like a double row of toms.
Yeah, right.
Couch. Good couch. I missed that couch.
Sectional.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
But anyway,
Yeah. So, yeah. That's
couching it up.
couch and potatoes and
Yep. And then you got the Tangerine Dream.
and played a bit, through high school.
Mm-hmm.
Was not the best student, musical student for sure.
Yeah.
Basically got kicked out of the high school marching band by sophomore year because I didn't show up for marching. Because I didn't like those Pizza Hut outfits that they gave it, the polyester.
Where did you grow up?
Watertown.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Watertown.
Yeah. Tavern near the Green. That was the spot back in the day.
And it's reopened now as Jameson's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So,
It's going to be the spot again?
maybe. I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to play there in the 80s. I'm sure you did.
Oh,
too.
yeah. Yeah. Tavern Near the Green, Fat Daddy's.
Yep. Yeah.
Red Door.
Yep.
And now Jameson's.
Yeah, far out.
Yeah.
Who was, are your parents musical? Whatnot? Like, how'd you get involved?
Not exactly. Nobody played an instrument. I just played the couch and the pans and all that stuff. But they were cool about letting me do it, and finally bought me the drum kit, and then the rest is history after that. But
what got you fired up?
I don't know. I'm sure Ringo and Chicago. I loved Chicago when the Transit Authority first album. Yeah, that was just killer to me. And,
that's cool.
And then the Allman Brothers and
I see. Yeah,
Steely. I was the youngest of four. So my older brothers, 2 brothers and sister, had good taste in music.
Yeah,
so,
right.
So
you get the good stuff.
Stole all their stuff. And
that's cool.
Ruined the albums. And
pretty much. That's exactly. We're almost the same experience.
Yep.
My sister, I had an older sister.
Yeah,
I had the good stuff.
My sister got me into Joni Mitchell.
Wow.
Who you think of folk singers and stuff, but man, she's so deep.
Yeah.
And her bands.
Yeah, I was just getting to that. I go in and out of her thing once you enter her thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I love Joni.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then playing in bands yet, or just kind of?
No, there's a couple of.
So you tried the marching band. You tried the school route.
I did that, but I just really did. It wasn't me. So it wasn't. I wanted to learn drum set and play like these Buddy Rich and everybody else, and that wasn't in the marching band thing.
Right.
Nothing against all that.
No. Yeah, no, it's a different thing.
The music teacher at the time just said, "Don't come back next year," and that was after my sophomore year. And
so, good. I quit anyway.
Yeah. You don't deserve me.
Yeah, exactly.
So got out of that.
Yeah.
And so my cousin in Litchfield at the time was going out with the guitar player, and I was like, oh my God, this guy's great. And he wanted to start. He heard me play some drums.
Oh, cool.
And I was only like 15 or something.
Oh, wow.
So they would come down to my house from Litchfield, the bass player, Gary Osborne and John Eichelhoff. They used to come down, and we played at the house, and it was, then you start playing a couple parties, and finally got my license. And
yeah. What were what were you playing?
God, Down by the River, and nobody sang it.
An instrumental version.
For hours.
Wow, yeah, sure.
Hours.
Yeah, that's funny.
But we beat the
no
hell
singer.
No singer.
Nobody. Yeah.
It's all interpreted. So
that's all right.
Yeah. You know where it's coming. Here it comes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the singer's in your mind.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the song. Just imagine somebody singing.
Yeah.
That would be, that's kind of heavy.
Right.
That might be a thing.
Yeah.
Just be an instrumental band.
It's
and
like
just tell the
karaoke,
audience.
and then the audience starts singing.
You were the singer.
Yeah.
Just imagine just the song, just picture the vocals.
That's right.
We're all set.
That's
Yeah, that would be crazy.
So, that was those were the days.
Yep.
Later on, my brother, I graduated high school 78.
Okay.
And my brother was going to college in Boulder, Colorado, University of Colorado. And I had no plans. I wasn't going to college. I wasn't doing anything. So I said, I'll take a ride with you. We'll go. We went out there, and I got my first paying gig band. It was called the Rock and Roll Roofers.
Oh, nice.
They're a bunch of guys from Long Island that did roofing out in Boulder, Colorado, and they could play. They were good players.
Yeah, that's cool.
I was the kid, 17, and they were all 20s. And
that's cool.
And my first paying gig, was at the Moose Lodge in Boulder, Colorado.
Wow. Yeah, see, that's different. That's different. It's not like most of us.
Yeah.
Wow. I've never been there.
It is beautiful out there. Lasted about 2 months, and then my brother.
They got a roofing job back
they got
in
a
Long
big
Island.
gig.
They had to go.
They went, and the band broke up. Yeah. But we ended up moving back home. My brother.
Did they have a singer?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So finally,
actually, we did like some really cool tunes actually.
Yeah.
But it was
like
fun.
what? Like what? Was
Like remember Steve Miller, Shababa da Ma?
Oh yeah, it's a badass tune.
It was great too, and it was like, wow, I never heard that.
Yeah.
You know, and I kind of beat out this other kid other guy who was like probably 5 years older than me for the gig, and he used to hound. He used to come to the gigs, and he would like give me these dirty looks.
Oh no.
Yeah. So
the Boulder side eye, or whatever.
So I had to get out of town. So and then back home, and then my brother and I started a band called the Peck Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Very original.
What is he playing?
He was a guitar player. He's 6 years older than me. He started late.
Okay.
He did great.
You guys like kind of got to the same place right at the right time.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then we started a band, and we were playing, doing a lot of opening acts stuff for like Fountainhead. Remember Fountainhead and all those bands. And we'd open up at Toad's Place and stuff like that, and have a guaranteed huge crowd.
Yeah.
Because,
you just go out and
we'd do it and wing it. And,
that's cool.
And then
who else was in that band? Do I know anyone? Peck Brothers band.
Let me see. Probably you wouldn't know anybody from that band. Eventually, though, Chris Tofield used to come because he was a kid.
Oh, wow.
And we'd play in Torrington, and he'd show up with a guitar, and he's all energetic. And
ready to go.
Jump in there, and oh my God, this kid is great. And we hooked up, and we started another band called the Bantam Phantoms.
Oh, nice. Now you're talking.
Out of Bantam, Connecticut. And there was Chris Tofield and a guy named Jimmy Griswold. He played guitar in that band. And there was another guy named Frank Guglielmino from Winstead.
Okay.
I went to Hartford Conservatory with him.
Oh, all right.
And we did a lot of gigs, had some fun, and then eventually it wasn't enough for us, so Chris went off and started a trio gig, a blues trio thing. Sure. And that's where Chris Tofield and the Blues Benders started.
Yep.
And
cool.
Yeah.
So when did the conservatory come into the picture?
79 through 81, after I came back from Boulder, Colorado.
You were like, I'm going to get serious about this.
I'm going to learn something.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I was the worst student.
Really?
The worst student, yeah.
Did you learn something anyway?
I did, but not like, I was never good about reading.
Yeah. Well,
unfortunately. I faked it.
Yeah.
Got through it.
Not the end of the world.
You know, in the school is a small school.
Sure.
It's a 2-year thing, and I think the second year class didn't even have a drummer. So
Oh,
they
wow.
were looking for the best drummer in the first year.
Oh.
And so I did a lot of their ensembles and stuff. So I probably.
So you got more experience at least.
Yes.
With different things.
Yes.
That you wouldn't have done.
And met a lot of people through that.
Yeah.
You know,
That's cool.
You know.
Yeah.
Learning some jazz and. Different things. So.
Yeah, that's cool.
That was cool.
Was that your first attempt at jazz?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's got to be heavy.
Yeah, it was. You know, learning bossa nova beats and all this stuff, and
you
know, hooked up with a bass player named Sean McGloin from the conservatory. He lived in Niantic, and so he got me a lot of gigs down that way, towards Mystic and.
So you're starting to get around a little bit.
Starting to get around a little bit, playing some jazz, playing some of that rhythm and blues, like getting towards the Roomful of Blues area.
Oh, yeah.
And all these guys that I played with down that way knew all the Roomful of Blues guys, and I really had no idea. I didn't know who they were, didn't know the music that well. So from like 1980 on, I started learning all that stuff.
Yeah. Great.
It was a great learning experience. Met a lot of people.
Yeah.
So
you're getting over to that part of the state
that's
towards
where
Rhode Island.
Most of my gigs tended to be, which was kind of a drag for that driving.
Yeah. Get used to it, I guess.
Yeah, you do.
You never moved over there?
Never did.
All right.
They always told me to. But
Yeah. That's cool.
But never did.
Yeah. No, I mean, Roomful.
Yeah.
Quite a thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's where I met Al Copley.
Okay.
Eventually.
Yeah.
On a gig, and I remember first gig we did was at the Portuguese Club in Stonington.
Okay.
And they're all telling me about Al. You know, he's kind of tough.
Yeah.
He prepared.
I know.
So I'm trying to be polite. It's a loud room, and play brushes. You know, kind of heavy brushes. You know, like instead of sticks. You know, backbeat, but
right. You're
brushes.
Checking it out first. You're not going to come out.
And the first tune, he just got up off his piano and came over, and started yelling at me, "Play sticks!
Oh no!
Hit those damn things!"
Oh man!
So I got the sticks out. That was it. Okay.
Yeah.
And he was a piano player. You'd think a piano player would not want that.
Right.
He was used to what's his name, John Rossi.
Right.
He was bashing and crashing. And that's what he wanted.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah. All right. No
so I played many.
You didn't want to play the brushes anyway.
No,
You're just trying to be like feel it out.
I was trying to be nice.
Yeah.
So I've been with Al since like '95.
Wow.
Doing lots of gigs.
Yeah, that's
got me
cool.
to Europe many times.
Wow. Cool.
So a lot of fun times. So.
Yeah, that's cool. Once he figured out, okay,
he's okay.
This kid's okay. He'll use sticks. That's all right. Hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were the right guy.
I guess I did. I toughed it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Yep. I know. That's like what you got to do sometimes.
Going to military school a little bit, but we did it.
Yep. I hear you. Yeah, I've had similar experiences. It happens eventually. Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So you're getting around, playing some gigs, doing your thing.
Yep.
Getting more into the blues thing.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Who were there any particular drummers other than John Rossi that kind of opened it up for you?
Actually, the first time I really noticed a double shuffle was Steve Gadd on Chick Corea's Friends album.
Oh, I don't know that one. Okay.
I think it's maybe even the tune called Friends.
Okay.
He does this double shuffle, and I've heard the double shuffle before, but I just never kind of like blew it off. It's like, oh, that's kind of corny. I don't know if I like that.
Yeah.
And then I heard the way he swung it.
Wow.
It's just like, I
Yeah.
got to do that. I got to learn that.
Yeah, sure.
And it's so cool. It's
that kind of changes everything.
Yeah.
You figure that out.
But then, heard a bunch of others. A lot of them were jazz drummers, most like Tom Brechlin, another Chick Corea guy.
Okay. All
yeah,
right, cool.
But he played a lot with Robin Ford.
Okay.
Who I liked.
Sure,
and
sure.
Same thing, just these beautiful
Yeah,
shuffle beats.
Yeah.
And I was, the blues was like a later thing for me, and I still haven't got into the whole history of it. And I know, like a Earl Palmer or somebody like that would be guys to listen to.
Sure.
For sure.
Well, you figured it out.
I kind of figured it out. I still need to go back and work on it. So.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, shuffles are a thing.
They are.
For sure.
I remember that in your Leave You episode.
Yeah. Oh, did I? Yeah. No, it was the truth.
Yeah.
Well, at least in my corner, I was starting to listen to that, and nobody was doing it.
Right.
And I was like, I'm going to figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll be that guy for this little quadrant over here.
Yeah, it's
just
kind of a
that.
simple thing, but it it requires some doing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
It is a thing.
Yeah, I don't know how to.
You can make it do a lot of different things, like really swing it, and really, there's a lot of different things you can do with it. So.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, no, I love it.
Yeah.
I love shuffles. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that changes everything. Once you kind of get into that. Far out, man. So would you say that Al Copley was like your main gig? Or you just kind of getting around? I think, it was one of my biggest gigs for sure. Yeah,
he brought me to Paris
that's where
4 or 5 times.
Wow, that's great.
Switzerland 15 times at least. Yeah.
That's so
Some
cool.
great, one festival, and then there's a gig we do every, from Christmas through New Year's in Bern, Switzerland. It's a jazz club.
Wow.
And all these great players, all these, he gets all these professors from Berkeley, and I'm this like landscaper from Woodbury.
Whatever.
Whatever's right.
Well, you were in there.
I was in there, so.
Just to, check it all out. So, wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So.
That's really cool.
That was great. And, played with a lot of bands around here.
Sure.
Tofield was he was a joy to play with. I mean, Loud and proud. But
oh yeah,
we had some great nights.
Yeah, me too.
I remember playing at Bank Street in New London.
Yep, sure.
And the owner used to love us, and but it was always, we'd play there, and it was always like 10 people.
Yeah, sure.
And we played there one night, and there was a group over by the bar. You could see them. There was like 4 guys, and they just kept walking over to the divider between the rooms, and checking us out. You could tell they were digging it. And they were And it was a great gig. It was, I think it was, Chris just moved to Vegas, and he came back, his first trip back.
Right.
And so we did some gigs, and it was good to play with him and all. And later that night, he got a email from Jimmy Haslip, who was this great bass player from the Yellow Jackets. Just goes, we were there tonight, and you guys just blew us away.
See, there you go.
It was like, oh my God! It was like my whole musical career just like.
That's awesome.
Just
good thing you guys weren't like clowning around.
And
you're like, yeah, it's a good thing about Chris. It's like we're going for it.
We're going for it.
Yeah, where there's nobody here or 10 people. Yeah.
Yeah, we did it, and it was.
Hey, that's cool.
That was a cool thing. That was a
far out
fun night.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I guess you never know.
You never know.
Never know.
Absolutely.
Wow, cool.
Yeah.
Jimmy Haslip.
Jimmy Haslip.
So, what's going on over there?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was walking out the door like after the break, and he came up and shook my hand, and I go, God, this guy looks familiar.
Yeah.
And I said, thanks, man. And I walked out, and then Chris told me later on, yeah, that was Jimmy Haslip.
Hey, that's cool though. You gave them a good night out.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was.
They're because I'm sure you go. I try not to. I don't do this too much or talk about it too much. But yeah, you go out and you can't. I don't know if you're like me. You can't relax if the band's not good.
Oh yeah.
Or if the drummer's not good, it bothers you.
Oh yes.
You're just like, I can't. So yeah, right. So that's kind of cool that they were able to just like chill and dig you.
They were
like,
actually
dig you guys.
digging us.
Yeah, cool.
We did all right.
Hey, that's nice.
Yeah,
it's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's like you say, we know what it's like.
Yeah.
I can't always relax.
No.
When you're hearing somebody, and that's how I know
that
they're good. When I'm just listening, I'm like, okay, we're cool.
Yeah.
Other than what why didn't he? How come they're not?
God.
Yeah. So funny. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Drummer's world.
I know. Well, I guess we. What's that? I don't know. I don't remember all the jokes. Whatever. How many drummers that change a light bulb? One to change a bulb, and 8 to talk about how Steve Gadd would have done it or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, cool. When were you? So your first trip out with Al, out of the country, that must have been a big deal.
It was. It was.
You're like, here we go.
2004.
Wow.
My first gig to Switzerland, and Preston Hubbard was on the gig, who was Fabulous Thunderbirds, and I didn't know him, and I didn't,
Yeah, now you're in
his
school.
Name and stuff.
Now you're there.
Yeah, and I was like, who's, oh my God, Preston Hubbard's on the gig.
That's the guy. Yeah.
And the driver that would drive us from the hotel came up, and he had long hair, and I said, this must be Preston. I said, hey man, hey Preston, how you doing? And it was like, no, it wasn't him.
Yeah.
But Preston was the coolest dude.
Yeah, I played one gig with him.
That's right. And I think you subbed for me.
Did I really?
In New Haven?
It was the most bizarre gig ever.
In a tequila bar or something?
It was, and it was like a freak
it was a snowstorm.
It was a complete blowout snowstorm.
Because I had to plow. I have a landscape business, so I had to plow snow, and I said, I can't do the gig.
Yeah, I got the call.
I called you.
Yeah, Aaron Troy Danner, dude, you got to come now. And I was like, okay. And by the time I said sure and hung up the phone, it started snowing like I've never in my life.
Yeah.
Got to New Haven.
I remember that.
Barely see. Set up.
Just
Preston was a bass player.
Yeah.
And there was I'll never forget it.
It was called Geronimo's.
They might still be there.
Yeah.
But there was for some reason, they were doing a promotion for tequila, and there was a donkey at the gig. There was like a sad, someone's bright idea.
I remember hearing about this.
Yeah, there was a donkey sitting in the corner with a banner on it. And we're playing, and every once in a while, Aaron would go, hey, everyone, there's a donkey over there. Look at the donkey. Drink whatever's on the And it was just
the poor donkey was just like, was he drugged or something? Or?
I don't know. I don't know. But it was just it was just part of the furniture. But someone was like, "Oh, it'd be great. You bring this donkey and everyone will laugh and the donkey's just like, kill me.
Poor donkey.
Yeah, I don't want to be here. Whatever.
I'm gonna kick somebody.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll never forget. Yeah, the donkey gig in the snowstorm with Preston Hubbard. It was the one and only time I played with him.
Oh my God, the guy's.
Yeah.
It
was heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, even if I didn't, even.
He was so easy to play with.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Even if I didn't know, it was just like, oh, okay, here we go.
Played with everybody. He's a great player.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah. He seemed really nice. Like I said, I only had that one gig with him, and I felt like we were bros already.
Oh yeah, he's a sweetheart to play with.
Nice
he made
guy.
it easy in Europe. I was like,
scared. Yeah. And he had already been there, done that.
Oh God,
like, just chill.
A million times.
Cool.
So,
what do you do there? Just hang out and do the gig, or did you get out and see stuff? Or
oh God, in Switzerland, I do it as much as I can.
Oh really?
It's so beautiful.
What do you do? I've never.
The train system there is just so amazing.
Yeah.
And we're right downtown Bern, Switzerland, which is the capital of Switzerland. Mm-hmm. And their train station is right across from the hotel.
I see.
You could get up to the Eiger, the famous mountains, within an hour or two.
Wow.
Like, so gigs are at 7:30. You take off at 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
You could be to the ski areas up on top of 10,000 feet
wow.
or whatever, 7,000 feet. Go have lunch. I didn't ski.
Oh no.
I could have, but Al was kind of frowning on that in case I got hurt or something.
Yeah.
So
imagine.
But we just take a trip. Let's go top of the Alps, man. It was like,
that's wild.
You got to do it. You got to you're there. You can't sit in a hotel room.
Yeah, no. That's pretty cool.
But it's expensive, so.
Oh. Yeah. You check it out.
I did lots of times. So.
Yeah.
Great.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine hanging out in Switzerland.
It was awesome. Yeah.
Did you went there enough that you kind of had your hang? You figured it out.
Yes. Yeah. 2004, cool. I think I did like 2 or 3 years in a row. It's like from Christmas to past New Year's. We do the tuxedo New Year's gig, and I think I missed.
Did you play brushes that night or no?
Oh, no? Very little. No, he still has me hit. Man.
Yeah, good, man. Good.
And what a great club. It's just and
so they love them over there. They're just like, this is your gig.
Al played Montreux a bunch of times. Played a Montreux gigs with Jeff Healey.
Wow.
Solo, him and piano and Jeff Healey.
Yeah.
Al's
he's got his thing carved out.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome.
He did it. He worked it, and he deserved it. He's great.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
that's awesome.
Great times.
Yeah, I bet.
And it's hasn't happened in 3 years for me because of COVID.
Sure.
And blah blah blah.
Gonna happen again?
I hope.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How big a band is it when he goes out?
5-piece out there.
Okay.
But like we'll do 4th of July. We do the 4th of July beach ball blast at Ocean House in Watch Hill.
Oh yeah,
that big hotel there.
Yep.
We do the beach thing, and he does like an 8-piece.
Oh wow.
He has 5 horns.
Yeah.
Lou Baccarelli on bass.
Yeah.
My buddy
yeah.
Lou.
Lou. Yep. I know Lou.
Lou's great. And yeah.
Did you ever play?
Oh no,
still there. I remember when I think of Lou, I think of this one gig. I was playing with Jim Oblon on guitar, right?
Yeah.
And it was me, Jim, and Lou, and we were playing at some bar in Noank. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There's a bar in Noank.
Oh.
And
not on the water, is it?
I think so.
I
wouldn't remember.
Was it with the bridge behind you, or?
Yeah, I think so. No, you're thinking of Sunset Ribs.
Yes.
Not that.
Not that.
It was kind of like more of a local place. But anyway,
I'm not sure then.
I remember playing there. It was so incredibly hot, like it was summer, and I hate the heat.
And me too.
And it was like, it was a terrible, miserable day, and it's kind of like, I get to the place and it's completely packed. No air conditioner, 1 million people. I'm trying to get my drum kit through, just like the worst.
Sweating.
Get set up, pouring with sweat, miserable, cranky. I'm like, I hate this. I can't, I just got to, I got a couple of minutes before we go on. I'm just going to go outside. And I go outside of the club or the bar, and I'm like leaning against the rail in front of the place, and I look across the street, and I'm like, what am I seeing? I look across the street, and there's like a barn type building, and there's barn doors like this, but the barn doors open a couple of feet, and I'm like, is that fire? And I'm looking through these doors, and I'm like, oh, it's a foundry. It's like, and I look inside, it's like a blacksmith shop. In that heat, there's a dude in there.
Oh my God.
Like, I thought I was hallucinating. I'm like,
they were filming one of those episodes for those iron guys or whatever.
I have I guess it must have been a blacksmith shop or something. But I was like, I thought I was hot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, am I
God.
imagining this? I look in and there's a guy in front of a
Thor.
furnace. I'm like, I'm like, I'll never forget.
Wow.
You just talk about instant perspective. I thought, I guess I'm not that hot.
No.
After all, I'm
No.
just like, I'll be fine. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what's that guy doing in there?
Holy God.
Maybe, and actually, it could. Now that I think about it, maybe I hallucinated the whole thing. Like it looked like something out of a cartoon. Like it couldn't be real. It looked like hell. I was like, hell is over there. There's hell.
We're okay over here.
Yeah, we're okay over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was Lou.
Yeah, Lou.
Yep.
Yeah, done lots of gigs with Lou.
Sure. I haven't seen him in years, but
He's great. He's my favorite. I play with a lot of different outfits with him. With Johnny and East Coast Rockers and Vince Thompson, a country thing.
Okay.
Mystic Horns jazz thing. I got a gig with him actually this Thursday.
Nice.
In Sasso's in
Okay.
Torrington.
Yeah, so that's becoming like the spot
That's
lately.
That's fun.
That's cool.
Yeah. Great guy.
So Lou's on the scene.
Lou's always on the scene.
Good.
He's probably playing somewhere right now.
Yeah. What's that place in the Moosehead you set up under the out in
Sneakers.
Rotten.
Yeah. the drooling moose.
Yeah, right. The Moose.
It's right over your head.
I guess it was just stories. I guess I remember I was playing Sneakers back in the '80s.
Yeah.
And we were all hanging out in the kitchen. I don't know why.
I've never been in that kitchen.
I don't know.
I see it all the time.
Yeah, I think about it. I don't know how we ended up there.
Yeah.
And I was sitting on the floor, like with my back to the freezer or something. I have my legs stretched out and my feet on across, and the guitar player was sitting across from me, like, we're talking, he's leaning, and he was leaning against the sideboard, like a cutting board. And then he got up and walked away, and I had my legs stretched out, and I just watched that whole sideboard just go and came straight down on both of my shins, like bang.
Damn.
I'm like, oh no,
that's
douche.
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Oh no. I had, bruise perfectly symmetrical straight across both shins. I'm like, oh no. And nothing I could do about it. Like I saw it happening.
Yeah, slow motion kind of.
Here comes the pain.
Yeah.
It's just like spooge.
Wow.
It happened at Sneakers. Yeah.
Had some events there.
Yeah. The Moose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been there in years, but that's when I think of Sneakers. My shins hurt. I have body memories. I'm like, oh, Sneakers.
The Moose and my shins.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So what's next? You don't know?
What next? Just keep
doing it.
Yeah. Like I said, I have a landscape business, and that's going to get busy.
Yeah. So when did that happen? Was that part of a plan?
My landscape
business?
Yeah, actually. I just realized I was never going to be a touring kind of guy.
Sure.
And we have a house and a mortgage and all that
I'm
stuff.
Be a grown-up.
I've, unfortunately, music for me is not going to make enough money. So I just want it to be there.
Yep.
For sure. So I made a job that's going to work around that.
Yeah, nothing wrong.
So I work for myself. It's my own business, and
that's cool.
Yeah. My son works for me, and
nice.
A couple other guys here and there part-time, and we get her done.
Yeah.
So
getting ready.
Yeah.
Season's coming.
We did the plowing thing.
Oh, right.
Which can be a pain in the butt with the gigs. You know, but usually when it snows, your gigs are canceled anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
yeah, that's cool. Well, that's all right. At least you got something going on.
Yeah, got something going on.
Yeah. When did so Mr. Pitchell's in there somewhere?
Oh yeah, so
because that's kind of where
yeah,
that's where I kind of met you ish. I think.
Yeah, you might have been the last one before me.
Yeah, maybe somewhere in there.
5, 6, 7 years.
And
ago.
I knew you from Aaron too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But Pitchell asked me, I don't know, probably 6, 7 years ago to play, and I joined, and I was probably with him for 5 years.
Oh wow!
I quit about 2 years ago.
Okay. Yeah.
Just whatever.
Yeah,
just didn't work out anymore. So yeah, I had fun. We had
some
great gigs.
Yep. Yeah. There's things to learn there too.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Played some great theaters and all that. So that was fun.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and then
yeah. Yeah. All right. What else do you want to talk about?
I don't know. What do you want to talk about, man?
So who are some of your favorite drummers? Your biggest inspirations?
Yeah. No, I saw the Leave You episode, and he wouldn't give you any. So.
Oh wow! Oh really? Yeah, I don't remember. I haven't watched it in a while. I don't remember.
I just wanted to see what all the questions you were going to ask.
Oh right. Okay.
I'm not from Romania, but
right.
Yeah. Now, there's like he said, there's tons of them.
Sure.
But Elvin Jones, God, if I could get this much of his energy or whatever, his feel like Tony Williams and all of them, Steve Gadd, and my new favorite drummer these days is this guy from the John Cleary band, AJ Hall.
I don't know.
I posted something. I think you liked it.
Oh, did I? Okay,
he's
good.
Another one of those lefty drummers who plays a right kit like
okay.
you.
Yeah, I do.
And
I don't do it on purpose.
You guys are the funkiest.
Oh, really? I don't do it on purpose. It comes with limitations.
No, but there's something about what you guys do with being a left-handed drummer.
I guess.
There's something that's really fun.
I didn't know any better. Like, I didn't do it on purpose.
No, so good for you, man. No. But he's really cool. Great grooves.
Yeah.
And I prefer that because I'm not much of a soloist.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I've just never been. So
yeah, not my thing either.
Just try to keep the groove and
make
it happen.
Yeah, no, I hear you. No, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Rock and roll drummers.
Bantam, of course.
Yeah, sure.
I was always loved the Allman Brothers. I mean, they're, I don't know what category you'd put them under, but just love the way they played.
Yeah, that's cool.
Little Feat.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
And there's a Connecticut guy playing for him now, Tony Leone, right?
Oh, really? Oh.
He's their drummer now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You know him, right? Don't you? Or?
I don't know.
I don't know him, but I just know he's from Connecticut.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
He's their drummer now. It's like, oh my God, it's like, that's like major.
Look that up real quick.
Yeah.
I love Richie Hayward.
Oh my God.
You know what's funny? Do you have this experience? I didn't know. All right, let's get to the bottom of this right now. Give me a second. Let's see.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see. Who is this? Yeah, Tony Leone. Okay. I don't know if I know him.
I think I saw that he went to the conservatory too, where I went.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, new member of Little Feat.
Yeah.
From New Britain.
New Britain.
Our age.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to figure it out. I don't think I know him.
There's another guy you should get on here.
Maybe. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's heavy. I used to obviously we're both old enough. Yeah, I would hear
I'm older.
What?
I think I'm older than you.
I'm going to be 55 in a month.
I'm 61.
Getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all getting there.
Yeah.
I would hear, always love Richie Hayward.
Oh my God.
But never saw him, and would be like, oh man, he's so chill. Yep. And then I remember, once you were able to see things on YouTube or whatever, you realize he's not really that relaxed.
No. He's
working it, but he doesn't sound like he is, which is interesting because then I would see him and like you expect to just
some guys are just like right here, and some guys are.
Yeah, he was kind of. It seemed to me that he was working it. It doesn't sound like he is, but I was like, wow, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah,
because some dudes are just
chill and it's all right here. And
although I don't know, maybe I just saw the wrong clip. I don't know.
Whatever he did, did it right.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Little Feat is something else. I saw them. I was going out with a girl back in probably 88, 89. They played at her college, like out in the middle of the afternoon on the green to like nobody. And I was like, Little Feat's playing? We got to go see. I was like, how could this be? There was actually, there ended up being some people there, but you know how it is. It's like God. They were there for the show.
Yeah.
They weren't there because Little Feat, but it was good enough for them. But I stood, I got to the side of the stage and just watched him the whole time.
Right.
It was amazing. They were so great.
I saw Tower of Power that way once. My brother he's owned a sound company, and I got to sit on the stairs that lead up to the drum set.
Can you imagine?
Sitting under Garibaldi.
Yeah, just trying to understand it all. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. I one time, one of the best shows I ever saw, or definitely one of the best shows I ever saw at Toads, I guess it was probably back in the 90s, Maceo played at Toads, and it was Fred and Pee Wee. It was like the three of them, and it was, I don't even know if they had a guitar player. It was like an organ playing pedals and Bill Stewart on drums.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And I immediately, it was one of the best shows ever. Their volume was beautiful.
Yeah.
And I did the same thing. I made a beeline to the side, and I just kind of sat in the wings to understand how he's pushing so much energy without, it's just,
doesn't look like it.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I spent the whole gig kind of nailed to the side because I was like, I got to understand, because I'm sure you're the same way. You hear people and you're like, how hard are they pushing?
Right.
What is the touch?
Yeah.
And then, because that can help you understand what's going on. Yeah, guys like that, I was like, all right, I need to see kind of how they're doing this. And that was crazy. I mean, I just stood there the whole time just like, okay. I don't know. Are you I'm a really big NRBQ fan. I don't know if they were part of your thing.
And I was just saying, my brother used to do sound, and he did sound for them for quite a while through the early mid-'80s.
Oh, cool.
So
Perfect.
he used to get us, like with Toefield, we did an opening act slot, here and there.
Yeah,
and actually, Al Anderson lived up in Harwington. He
knew
wow. Toefield.
Okay.
And we'd like show up at the gate, Toefield.
Oh, wow.
What are you doing here?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. But Tommy, oh my God.
One of my three. One of my top three.
Didn't get it. I didn't get them at first. I really did not. A lot of my friends, you got to see NRBQ.
Yeah,
They're great. And I
it's
went,
hard
and
to
I
get.
Like, I saw them at Beverly's. Did you ever play Beverly's in Bantam, Connecticut? It's gone now.
Maybe.
The building's gone. Great place. But they played there. A lot of bands played there.
Yeah. Sounds familiar.
But I just remember watching them there one night, and they just started swinging something. And I was like, and the place was built on stilts over the lake.
Okay.
So it was like a gymnasium floor over the lake.
Yeah.
And when people started dancing, it would start doing this.
Yep.
And it would, and it was like, oh my God. And I just never heard a 4-piece band like that swing like that. It was just like killing me.
Yeah.
It was like,
they're the great. They're the greatest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. My big sister had the record, so I just accepted it as you remember what it's like not having access to everything. So it's not like you always had a choice. But she had a couple NRBQ records, and I accepted it like I accepted Kiss or anything.
Yeah, right.
I didn't know any better. So I grew up hearing that, and then they were the first band I went out to see when I finally became of age. Yeah, and Tommy, it's just like he's the greatest.
That grip
that thing.
Yeah.
I used to see them. Here's the thing about them, I guess. I don't know. So I used to play. Did you ever play the Lucky Dog up in Worcester, Massachusetts? Okay, that used to be one of my stomping grounds.
Okay.
And I was, always a huge NRBQ fan. I used to tell always play their stuff, and their owner's like, whatever. and he hired them. He said, I booked them for you. You better come to the show. Okay. So I go, and, they had a small crowd or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're, for whatever reason, it was just like a rock and roll club. Great people. One of my favorite places ever. But for some reason, their sound man, they just didn't have it together.
Yeah.
And NRBQ is like one of those things, like they go up to start playing, the monitors were terrible.
Yeah.
And so they just started screwing around.
Yes.
Like the gig started
seen that
fall
kind
apart.
Of thing. Yes.
And I'm like, no, this can't happen. So I ran up to the sound man because I knew the place enough. Yeah. And I said, what mix is he? What mixes he? What mixes he? Like, what aux send is who? And I just ran up to the front and I just said to Terry, what do you want in your wedge? What do you want? And I managed to do the monitor mix real quick.
You saved the gig.
I saved the gig.
You did.
And all of a sudden it went from a pile of shit to great. And I'll never forget, the club owner came over to me and he's like, these guys suck. I don't know what you're talking about. And then all of a sudden, I'm not saying I did it, but I straightened out the monitor mix and then they started hitting it. And all of a sudden that thing happened.
Yep.
And the club owner comes running over to me. He goes, this is one of the greatest things I've ever seen. I'm like, I told you.
Yes.
They're so real about it that it's only when it's happening
Yep.
is it going to happen. And you know Jim Chapdelaine.
Yes.
Right? I had another experience. We went to see them one time, and it was just like this. He's like, oh, I've never seen him this bad before. This is terrible.
Yeah,
I feel terrible. And then 15 minutes later, they started hitting it, and he came over and goes, I've never heard him sound this great before. It's just like,
I've witnessed the same thing.
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah.
They were just tinkering and playing around.
And then all of a sudden,
like they were bored or something.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden something kicked in and
crazy.
Boom.
Crazy. I saw them one time playing outside in Manchester on like the town green or whatever.
Yeah.
And I did this. I was like, I don't care because I'm not going to get too many chances. I sat right behind them the whole time. Just said, I need to understand this. And I watched the whole thing, and I understood it even less. I just was like, I don't understand how.
Just close your eyes.
It's amazing. It's incredible. And then one last thing about that, and I don't talk about it anymore. But I was working with Jim Chapdelaine, and it was my drum kit, and he had Tommy come in and do something. And he's like, yeah, Tommy was here. I got the tracks. You want to listen to him? And I'm listening to my own drum kit.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like my drum kit at all.
Wow.
I'm like, so I'm soloing everything, trying to figure it out. And it's just magic. Magic. Yeah. I don't know how to explain it.
I get it.
But they're one of those things that you either get it or you don't. And if you don't, that's fine. I mean, I understand. It's hard to hear.
Yeah.
But from my perspective, I tried to crack that code so many times, and I'm just like, I don't know, man.
He was a genius. And
I think so.
I think so, too.
Yeah. Absolutely. And one of my biggest heroes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Desert Island Albums. You knew this was coming.
I heard that part.
I mean, can it be done?
If I only had like one, I'd smash it after about a day or so. But yeah. Wayne Shorter, a couple Wayne Shorter albums.
Okay.
Juju.
Wow.
Bitches, is it Bitches Brew?
Bitches Brew, yeah. Miles, yeah.
No, another.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I got the wrong album title.
It's all right.
Another Wayne Shorter album I love.
Okay.
What else? Allman Brothers, Fillmore East.
Okay. That'll do you.
Yeah, a couple of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Bill Evans.
Yeah, sure. How wrong can you go?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Some NRBQ.
Yep. You're not
Steely Dan.
You don't have to say that.
I know you're not a big Steely Dan fan.
I'm actually. It's a long story. I'm coming around.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm coming around.
Okay.
I found an in. I found a way to get in.
Where? How?
I'm really. You know how weird I am.
I'm really surprised that you don't like them.
Well,
it didn't like.
It's
them.
a disservice, and I know that I'm wrong. What happened was I had too many. When I was younger, it was like older bearded people telling me that this was real music, and I was kind of punk rock right on the, and so I didn't want to
force it on you.
Yeah, so to me it represented what I didn't want to do.
Yeah.
And I was wrong. You know what I mean? Like I missed out on a whole thing, and then as I got older, I just never went back. So that was a big gap in my thing of like, because it was like, oh, this is real music. And I was always like, so what I like isn't real?
No, no.
But it was just at the right age that I formed this stupid, this thing,
It's fine.
So, but lately, I mean, but you could never say that they're not great. I mean, even I knew that. It represented something I wasn't into. But then as a drummer, you can't.
There's so many great beats and
Yeah,
rhythms to play.
Yeah, you can't not. Yeah. You can't not. So the last handful of years, I'm getting really into hi-fi.
Yeah.
And eventually, that's going to lead you there. So I started listening to Steely Dan just for the mix, just kind of listen to it.
Yeah, they always had the top quality at the time. Whenever their albums came out, that's the best.
Yeah, right. So I just started getting into it that way without the goggle. And plus, I'm old enough that I'm just like, well, I'm not punk rock anymore, so I can listen to anything. But like through different, I got in a different way.
Yeah.
I was like, And I'm like, well, of course it's great, but now I'm able to enjoy it because I don't feel like I'm betraying my camp.
Right.
It's like I'm not supposed to like Steely Dan because I'm
right.
Which is stupid, but that when you're younger,
Yeah. No,
to me, it represented old guy music or something, which is kind of dumb. But yeah, no, I'm getting into it now.
Yeah.
It's just enjoyable to listen to.
It is.
Without thinking about it doesn't represent anything anymore, but at the time.
I always loved their guitar players, and I'm not a big words guy. I don't always know words to tunes and stuff, but for some reason I somehow grasped their words. Yeah. And I don't even know what the hell they're talking about.
They probably don't either. All right. Yeah. No, I mean, there's no doubt about it. But yeah, but I'm kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
Asia lately, that's been my album.
That's the one. Awesome. Yeah, absolutely.
So I finally got over it. I
love them all, but Katie Lied, Jeff Beccaro.
Okay, that'll be the next
one of my heroes.
Yeah, sure.
And he's another one who didn't like to solo.
Yeah.
I've heard that about him.
Yeah, that's fine.
He just wanted to be a groove drummer.
Yeah, that's all I ever wanted to do.
Yeah.
Too,
Still.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I don't mind. Desert island food.
Some Thai food, spicy.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, some beer.
That's cool.
Got to have beer with the spicy food. So,
okay. Yeah. It was a good excuse to have a beer.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Thai food.
Thai food? I do like it. But I like lots of food.
Yeah, cool.
I'm a good eater.
Yeah, that's good. Sure. Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Far out.
Yeah.
So what's next? We could get ready to getting close. Anything else you want?
No, I got a gig this Thursday at Sasso's.
Okay, this might be out before then, might not.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So if you don't make it,
you don't make it. But if you hear this now, go there Thursday.
It's Thursday night, Sasso's in Torrington. It's a jazz band. I named it the Peck Unit.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice.
And you could look that up in the encyclopedia. And
is it Lou?
Lou.
Oh, nice.
Gary Boygan on sax and Tony Perrone trumpet and Bill Mills on guitar.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And Saturday night, Jillian Gray, Cherry Pie at the Griswold Inn.
Oh yeah,
I'm doing that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Grizz is cool.
The Grizz.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I played there a bunch. It's a cool place.
I used to play there in the early 80s every Tuesday night.
Oh, really?
A piano trio.
Cool. That's cool.
That was fun.
Yeah, you gotta love it.
Yeah.
One time I took, I don't know if they still do this, but I was hanging around the Grizz a little bit.
Yeah.
And I actually took a tour. They used to have like a Sunday, like you come.
Yeah.
And the owner or whoever would take you room to room.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
I've never been up in the other room.
Really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Like just
200-something years.
Yeah, things place. You don't realize that everything in that place is original.
Yeah.
Like none of it is just.
No, they still burn a real fireplace.
Yeah, he's like
in the bar room.
Yeah, Mark Twain painted that.
Yeah.
Like that's in the like there's in one of the rooms. You're just like, oh, wait a minute, because you get used to like Cracker Barrel that you go, all this stuff is just generic, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, that is an actual lantern from a ship that
they built on the Connecticut
and
River.
it's here.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh.
I think the British actually took that town over for a short bit.
Yeah. Crazy.
Back then.
Yeah, but it's wild because everything in the Grizz is original.
Yeah.
Like even that popcorn machine is like 100 years old.
And the popcorn.
Crazy. That's a real deal.
Yeah.
The Grizz.
Yep.
Far out.
Lots of fun there.
Yeah, man. For sure. I'm glad you came.
I am too.
Why not?
It was fun.
You know what I mean?
Fun. Yeah.
You set the record straight because, like I always say, this will exist when we don't. Your story is here.
That's right.
It exists.
You can hear it.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Cool, while we have the opportunity.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always like your playing.
I appreciate that too, and I always loved your playing. Absolutely.
A wild style. It's a good thing.
Wild style.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Steve Peck was here.
I
drummer.
was.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to press the button. Are you ready?
Go.
Any last words?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Jon Peckman Podcast, Connecticut Valley School of Music and Dance, beautiful downtown Portland. We're here today with drummer extraordinaire Mr. Steve Peck, appearing at a venue near you. If you're in Switzerland next year, maybe, possibly. Listen, find out, like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and listen. Dave will tell you how to have your very own podcast here in our studio. Thank you, Steve Peck. See you again.
You're welcome.
If you'd like to start your own podcast, give us a call at Connecticut Valley School of Music and Dance. Our professionally designed podcast space is here for all your recording needs. Rent out our studio to do interviews with up to 4 people, to record audiobooks, social media content, and all other recorded material. Our rentals include a private studio along with our professional-grade podcasting equipment, and we can customize your output to whatever your needs are. We also have green screen capabilities, which will expand to video capability if you so wish. So check us out here at convalley.net/podcast.